So Employee Ownership Day is essentially a day for everyone that's involved in employee-owned businesses, whether that be as a business owner who has sold to an employee-owned business, an employee who's part of an employee-owned business, or even us boring advisors who have facilitated that transaction to EOTs to come together and celebrate the employee ownership model. So essentially, it's a day to really focus on, to give kudos to, and just build that awareness around the benefits or potential benefits of employee ownership. And obviously, here at JMW, as you know, we aren't in the habit of turning down a good celebration, are we? So, as we've helped sort of many businesses transition to employee ownership, and we're very proud of the work that we've done. We're very much here to join the party, so to speak, and celebrate this day as it should be celebrated.
So employee ownership is a way of a structure of businesses being owned by all of the employees. So the structure is that a trust is set up, which is usually a company, and that company is run by trustees, and the beneficiaries of that trust are all of the employees in a business. So it allows all employees to feel a part of that ownership structure, to receive bonuses and shares the profits, and to some regard have a say in how the business is operated. Obviously, there are different structures of how that's ascertained, but it's essentially, in terms of an exit strategy, it's a way where the owners of the business essentially step away from the business and transfer or sell their business to their employees.
Yes, yes. In a number of ways, participation in and feeling that you are working for the wider group rather than just a limited number of shareholders. So emotionally and culturally, it is helpful. There are tax benefits as well for the employees. There's a certain amount of bonus that is paid tax free, and sort of the profits, if there's distributions to be made and profits to be made, then the employees themselves are entitled to it. We haven't seen many employee-owned businesses that have then subsequently been sold. It becomes difficult to because there's a recoupment of some of the tax that was a benefit to the original founder. So we've not seen that. So you're not going to get the windfall that you would as a shareholder necessarily, but there's a lot of benefits on the journey and being part of a company that works for all of the employees. So I attended the conference last year and spent a lot of time with businesses that recognized the needs of the employees and the desires of the employees, and quite a lot of them are moving to 4-day weeks, but seeing an increase in productivity and profitability, because that's how people actually want to work. And you put the trust in your workforce and your employees to work 4 days a week, and you've got a business that people will die for, but they will, they only, they don't have to work 5 days a week. They're not slaves to somebody else's greed. People work harder if they think they're working for themselves, and you're able to sort of structure how companies work and how employees work a lot more for the benefit of those employees rather than for just for the shareholders.
Yeah, EOTs are actually becoming more and more widely recognised, and since the government introduced them back in 2014, we've seen a really healthy take up in them, particularly in certain sectors such as the tech, the media, the marketing sectors. I think I saw a report the other day that said that from 2022 to 2023, there'd actually been a 40% increased uptake in EOT models, which is great to hear. And given the sort of the potential benefits and incentives for EOTs to selling business owners, to employees, to the business itself. It's really not difficult to see why they're becoming more and more popular.
Three ways. One, quite often in these businesses, there's just rolled up cashes and profits have been rolled up. So if there's any cash in the business, then that's used to pay out the shareholder. The ongoing profits, quite a lot of deferred consideration. So over a number of sort of 5 or up to 10 years, they will get paid out. So it means, and this is another thing about legacy, that they probably have continue some involvement, so it's not a complete step away. So for the founding shareholder that exits, they're still feel part of the business because they've still got an interest in the business because they're being paid out over a period of time, but they may not need it. And sometimes bank funding, we work a lot with the banks as well, and a couple of the funders that will provide some upfront cash to increase the amount that they're getting on day one and decrease either the time or the amount that the business has to pay them over a period of time. So it's a staged payout, really.